Hello, darlings. Welcome to Z Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Today, we dive deep into Shashwat's unending karma and his painful regrets, while Ishani makes the ultimate sacrifice that no one saw coming. Let's get into it. The episode begins with Raj Diddy asking Ishani to save Shashwat. She says Shashwat lost everything for trusting Nandini, and they did not listen to Ishani when she warned them about Nandini. Ishani says she came because Pihu called her, and Pihu will be her daughter no matter what. Pihu apologizes to Ishani for misbehaving with her. She says she thought Ishani snatched her love, so she wanted to teach her a lesson. But the truth is she could not handle Anurag's rejection, and she became selfish. She accepts that she failed to understand Ishani's feelings. Ishani asks Pihu to forget all this and not blame herself for anything. Nandini comes there and tauntingly says a family reunion is happening there. Ishani asks why Nandini came there and taunts her. Nandini says Ishani doesn't have any right to taunt her because it's Ishani who is living with another man while being a married woman. Ishani says now she understands why Nandini stayed there. Nandini says Ishani is standing in her house and she is not interested in listening to Ishani's lecture. She orders Ishani to leave from there or else she will call the police. Ishani says she will call the police instead. Nandini laughs and asks why Ishani would do that. Ishani says Nandini can't get everything by cheating like this. She reveals she will file a cheating and fraud case against Nandini, and Nandini will end up in jail for getting Shashwat's signature through deception. Nandini tries to slap Ishani, but Ishani holds her hand and warns her never to try that again. Ishani says Nandini has already crossed all limits by playing with Shashwat's life. She adds that even though she has no relationship with Shashwat anymore, she will always support the Senguptas. She asks Nandini not to forget that the truth will win in the end. Nandini replies, "Let's see." Ishani says this is the Sengupta's house, so Nandini cannot stay there. Nandini says they will meet in court. She asks Pihu not to forget that she lost her love because of Ishani. Saying they do not match her standards, she leaves. Raj Diddy says God won't forgive Nandini for what she did to them. Nandini asks whether God will forgive them for what they did to Ishani. She tells them to be ready because she can throw them out of the house anytime, and then she leaves. Shashwat regains consciousness and sees Ishani. He tells her he doesn't deserve her forgiveness. Ishani asks him not to speak in this condition. Shashwat says he knew he was hurting Ishani, but he still did everything because of his arrogance and ego. Now he is suffering for trusting Nandini. He asks Ishani to help them. Ishani says they should admit Shashwat to the hospital first, and she calls Anurag. After some time, Anurag arrives. Pihu apologizes to him. Ishani tells Anurag that they should take Shashwat to the hospital. Shashwat also apologizes to Anurag, but Anurag says there is no need for that. They admit Shashwat to the hospital. Pihu cries. Ishani tells her nothing will happen to Shashwat. Pihu thanks Ishani for coming because she could not handle everything alone. Ishani says she ended her relationship with Shashwat, but Pihu will always be her daughter. Pihu asks whether Ishani is not angry with her. Ishani says she is angry at Pihu for attempting suicide. Pihu accepts that she could not handle the rejection and became crazy because of her ego, but now she understands everything. She says Nandini did everything with Ishani only to take advantage of Shashwat easily. Ishani says she never wanted misunderstandings between them, so she is glad everything is clear now. The doctor comes and scolds them for bringing Shashwat late. He says Shashwat is now in critical condition and he will talk about surgery after getting the test reports. Then he goes inside. After some time, Ishani goes to the washroom. Pihu apologizes to Anurag again. Anurag tells her she realized her mistake and apologized, so that is enough. He assures her that Shashwat will be fine. But Pihu says she will keep apologizing until Anurag forgives her wholeheartedly. Anurag tells her his heart won't melt like Ishani's. He cannot forget what she did to him and how his reputation was ruined because of her lies. He says people now see him as characterless. Pihu says she is ready to do anything. Anurag asks her not to do anything because nothing can change the past. Pihu accepts she does not deserve forgiveness and says she is ashamed of what she did to him. Anurag says he is only there because of Ishani. Ishani returns at that moment. Meanwhile, the nurse tells the doctor that Shashwat's pulse rate is dropping. The doctor gives him electric shock treatment. Pihu panics after seeing this and runs to the hospital temple. She recalls how her family insulted Ishani and realizes God is punishing them for what they did to her. She prays, saying she understands her mistakes and promises she will never repeat them. She pleads with God to save Shashwat because she cannot lose her father. Crying, she asks for one more chance. Siddharth sees Pihu crying and gives her a handkerchief. She thanks him. He asks about her situation and she tells him about Shashwat. Pihu assumes he must be a medical representative and Siddharth nods. He asks her name and she introduces herself. Just then, a child comes and tells Siddharth she is getting discharged today. Siddharth gives the child chocolate. Pihu then realizes Siddharth is actually a doctor. He introduces himself properly and goes inside. Later, Pihu asks the doctor whether Shashwat is fine. The doctor replies that Shashwat is stable but still unconscious. He allows them to meet him. Ishani and Pihu go inside. Pihu thanks the doctor for saving Shashwat. The doctor says it was a miracle that he survived. He explains that Shashwat's heart condition is weak, so he would not recommend surgery. He advises them to make sure Shashwat follows a strict diet, exercises regularly, avoids stress, and sleeps properly. If another heart attack happens, he might not survive. He tells them they can take Shashwat home after 2 days. Pihu tells Ishani she feels relieved. She says it was the first time she prayed wholeheartedly, and God answered her prayer. She asks Ishani if she can stay with her until Shashwat fully recovers. Pihu says she knows Ishani has moved on with her life, but she is scared she cannot take care of Shashwat alone. Ishani says she needs to talk to Anurag first and asks Pihu to stay with Shashwat while she goes out. Ishani tells Anurag everything the doctor said. Anurag says it is karma. Ishani asks him not to say such things because she feels bad for Shashwat. Anurag replies that Shashwat cannot torture her anymore. Since he is stable, they can send the divorce papers once he is discharged. He hopes Shashwat does not create drama while signing them. Ishani tells him that Pihu wants her to stay with them for a few days, and she also wants to stay because Pihu needs support. Anurag reminds her that the Senguptas threw her out of the house. Ishani says the situation has changed now. Anurag argues that Shashwat will never change, and the Senguptas are only treating her well because Nandini betrayed them. Ishani says she is doing this for Pihu and cannot be ungrateful. Anurag asks what the point of the discussion is when she has already made her decision. See you in the next. Much love.